Hey guys, Chris Bishop here, joined by our fearless leader, Brandon Roberts, and this is our next installment of the virtual sales meetings. And I finally made it out of my kitchen.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I want to take a second right in the beginning to wish someone very special to us all a very happy birthday, because he knows, we like to make a big deal about it. So happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
There you go. Guys, we're here with you again with another great sales meeting, and to launch it off, we have our mortgage moment with Shelly. Take it away, Shelly.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So grateful to be with you today. Today, I want to talk about a new app that all of us at Prosperity Lending have access to called our Buying Power. So let me go ahead and jump right into it. So basically how I would use this app is if I have a borrower who's interested in knowing what the difference would be if they maybe waited to purchase a home. So I'm going to look at a borrower who has a loan amount of $350,000. I'm going to input a going rate of 3.45%. You'll see that this will produce a table or a payment for us from a $350,000 loan amount, 3.45% interest rate, and a monthly payment of $1,561. And what does that look like for a borrower who decides that they may want to wait? Well, if rates happen to go up, which is what everybody is saying is going to happen, maybe not next week or next month, but that it is going to be that rates will eventually increase. You'll look to see you'll see the interest rate at 4.25. You'll see that payment has increased to $1,721, which is $160 difference in payment as well. So you've got some consumers or borrowers who feel like the rates are going to go up, as well as they want to take advantage of buying low. And so you'll see if a borrower takes advantage of maybe a $317,000 sales price home, but rates happen to go up at the same time, you're going to be looking at that same exact payment. The number one difference here is the interest. So although they're buying at a lower sales price or lower loan amount, the rate at 4.25, even though the payment is going to be the same, they're actually going to be paying more interest in this example here. They're going to be paying approximately $32,000 more in interest. So the cost of waiting, although it may feel like they're going to be able to get a great deal if they wait, because some people think that this pandemic is going to cause for sales prices to dip. But if that doesn't happen and rates or sales prices just stay the same, but rates happen to trickle up, this is what's going to happen. Overall interest increases, payments increase. And so this great tool is just another example of something that Prosperity Lending can provide to you. You can add any of our realtors can be added to this. I'm going to go ahead and put Vaughn and Nabala, our corporate broker, in here and pop up a quick PDF for you so you can see what this looks like. And the marketing material is co-branded, so you're both going to be on here. And the same information that you saw. Now, whether or not you use this specific to a borrower of yours, or maybe you have a listing and you want to illustrate what a price point is going to look like for that payment and maybe give them an example of what the cost of waiting is going to look like for them, this flyer can be easily created for you. Again, get with any of our Prosperity Lending loan officers. They all have access to this great tool called the Buying Power. And if you need anything outside of our marketing pieces that we have, maybe from lending questions, concerns around guidelines, or you just need to get a borrower pre-qualified, know that we are always here for you and happy to help. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Shelly. That was great.
Great information, as
Yes.
always. More things are happening now. Of course, the governor announced just recently that he is entering his phasing. So are we in phase one yet?
We are in phase one.
Phase one.
Phase one, so.
Wait for it. Phase one. There we are. We're now in phase one. It was kind of a touch and go kind of thing. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, I think phase one kicked off last Saturday.
Yep.
So they allowed hair salons to open, nail salons.
Yep.
And some restaurants at 50% capacity.
Can you tell I got my hair done?
Yeah, you get your hair did.
I need a hair salon.
But I know on the weekend or last week you kind of gave an update on what changed for real estate in phase one, but maybe you could touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, so I think there's some confusion. So number one, the phase zero wasn't actually supposed to end until May 15th. And so I think the governor made the decision that all the vital signs look good to whatever his protocol was. So he escalated that phasing window. And the idea behind phase one was just the idea, get people out in the marketplace a little bit. They didn't want you to go out and do all the things like we used to do. It was just kind of touch and go type system to allow businesses that were non-essential, and remember, this entire process, real estate was essential, but to allow the other businesses, like you said, hair salons and restaurants to operate without their bars, but to kind of ease people back into, common space with each other. All of the governor's COVID-19 risk mitigation protocols still stand. Our real estate business has not changed one piece through this whole thing. Luckily, yesterday, I sent a letter to the governor's office outlining an opening process for real estate. So if you didn't know, all major business industries were asked to do this, and we worked with the real estate division, the Department of Business and Industry, and all of our local association presidents, which was a fun meeting to have. Excuse me. And we outlined a process. I think that it will not really see any major effects until phase 2. And in phase 2, what it'll mean is you'll be able to do open houses again. Now, an open house that you did before COVID-19 and the one that you're going to do now are going to be completely different. So, things to keep in mind.
Yeah, and we'll keep you up to date on that as it happens and you're able to do them again. But the neat thing about the letter and what you sent me a copy of what you sent up there, coincides very nicely with us reopening the offices starting on the 18th.
It was like you had an inside track.
Right?
So the tenant issue is one that I get all the time. Can I show a tenant-occupied home? I'm listing a tenant-occupied home. Can I allow showings? And so what's ironic in the phasing structure is in phase 2, you can still not bother a tenant. So any property that's vacant or occupied by a seller, you are allowed to do more activities with, but the idea with tenants, they're still protected. And I think a lot of people are going to take this opportunity to try to cram showings down their throat, and that's what the AG doesn't want. But by phase 3, as long as you have cooperation in writing from the tenant that they'll allow you access, you're allowed to go back to somewhat of a normal business per our regular state guidelines.
So you're looking at that. Probably phase 3 won't be until June.
Yeah, we're thinking probably around June 1st, somewhere in that time window. And the nice part is, when we go back to open houses and the idea of holding one, we need to make sure that the property that we're holding open has been cleaned, right? It's been sanitized. I don't think that you ever want to be in a position anymore where you allow a bunch of people into a home that you're not monitoring. So the suggestion that we made is a one-at-a-time type mentality, which, funny enough, when I was holding open houses, the thing I wanted is people to sign in. Well, now we have a great reason to get people to just understand why they need to sign in for their own safety and health. And I want the ability to interact with them. And so the one-at-a-time type mentality means that, hey, wait just a minute, let me work with this group here and I'll get you into the house as soon as possible.
It actually works to our benefit.
It's huge for our benefit. So I know there are people out there that have been holding open houses. I've been getting phone calls from other brokerages, pointing out agents. And so the thing is, we're not recommending as a company that you do any open houses right now. You can't. And so municipalities like Henderson and the city of North Las Vegas actually are fining people if they find out that you're doing it. So please don't put yourself in that position. Don't make us an example.
Right? Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Right?
Wait till phase 3.
So some things will change, obviously, in access in the office and stuff. So on the 18th, when we open Green Valley, keep in mind, when we open, it means we're staffing the office again. It does not mean it's open to the public.
Correct. So we also are adhering to a pretty strict set of guidelines as far as keeping agents safe, keeping our staff safe, and keeping you, inside that protocol. So number one, we're going to ask that everyone coming into the office signs in. And we're doing that to make sure that we don't have too many people in the location. We are also making sure that people come through one entrance. If you do have a fob for any of the doors in the offices, of course that fob will log you coming in and out of the office, but we would prefer that you come through the front door that's open. Also, for the safety of sanitation of the office, we're putting up multiple dispensers.
Yep.
Not dispensaries, multiple dispensers.
Yeah, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. Yeah, and I think that it's common practice for most now to wash your hands whenever you come in contact with any of the surfaces in the office. Most people don't know, but our cleaning company has gone to the trouble of sanitizing most of the workspaces when they come in and do the regular cleaning, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other parts are we ask that if you are going to be in the office that you only use it as needed, that it not be a regular hangout, but if you have to come in and write an offer, scan a document, print something out, that regular business, absolutely come in and do it. But if you can avoid being in the office full time, please try to do that at least for the next 30 days. I think that interaction with the staff and the brokers is important, but for their safety, we're asking that you schedule an appointment so that they can plan on you being there, they can sanitize the person before you, and then allow you to come into a safe space.
That'll help. And then also, some of this stuff can still be handled by Zoom and virtually over the phone, different things like that. So do reach out to the brokers. We do want to see your face, but like Chris said, don't make it a hangout for the entire day, if possible.
And the other part is, if you're going to come in and use the conference room, we also ask that you schedule that. We're going to take the safety practice of having the conference room sanitized after each use so that your clients, number one, know that they're going into a safe environment for it. One of the other things that's big is the PPE products.
Personal protection equipment.
Yeah, and so we are going to have stuff available upon request in the office. Again, it's not a have-to kind of thing, but it's just suggested that you take any protocol to protect yourself. But we're not going to go around and put face masks on people. But I think the whole idea is based on their comfort level. That's what they should look for.
Yeah, and just respect the distance, the social distance, the 6 feet when you're dealing with the staff or anything.
Yeah, no shaking hands, but maybe a elbow bump is acceptable. Or what did you see on TV? They're doing the heel bumps now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So whatever you're into, we'll try to support. I think the other thing is protocols for classes and trainings. We're not going to go back to sales meetings right away. We're actually not planning the first in-person sales meeting until probably July. But we're going to continue doing virtual meetings to bring you constant, accurate information as soon as it happens. And we've got a number of trainings planned.
Yeah.
So good news is that all of our leadership team members, all of the staff are planning educational series that you could tune into on different things that go on in the office and different training materials and everything else. So we're going to make sure that you get all that information.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zoom's turned out to be quite a good place to do training. And we're seeing that with CE classes and stuff across the valley. So like you said, we're all going to be putting together more trainings that you can do from the comfort of your home. So
I think that everyone's been asking the question is, what will normal be after this? And I think that, going to a listing presentation and having a great presentation booklet, all of those things will probably change. And I know that I've been talking to my coaching clients and my team members about, virtual presentations. And if you don't have a PowerPoint presentation or a Canva presentation that you can utilize on Zoom and just do a presentation piece to somebody, you need to get one. And I think I looked at it for property updates. Mm-hmm. It was my practice in my business that every Friday I would send an update out to every one of my sellers and say, here's how many showings you had on the property, here's the current comps, here's the pricing and what we should look at, and here's the recommendation. Well, now I can literally invite them to a Zoom meeting, show them what their home looks like on Zillow, and show them what their home looks like in the MLS, and provide all of that firsthand and have a whole discussion where before I didn't do it. And what's ironic is Zoom was available, I just didn't
utilize it. Well, I don't think it was accepted as readily like it is now.
Yeah.
But I heard an interesting thing. So one of the agents called me yesterday and he was telling me some stories because he's been out door knocking and working, and he said, I actually did a listing presentation through a closed window. $900,000 property, got it listed and sold it in a week.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. Multiple offers too. Mm-hmm. And it was an expired listing that he took from somebody else.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, I think this brings up a good point that we are going to address, and I think it's the feeling in the marketplace. And I've heard a lot of people like to sell doom and gloom. Mm-hmm. Right? Oh my goodness, the market's going to crash and we're never going to be able to sell real estate again. That's just not true.
No.
And if you look at all the economists and what they've talked about out there, the market is still hot. And prices have not, plummeted, and sales have not stopped happening completely. I mean, we see a massive flux of sales right now.
If you're working and you're in the market, it's out there.
Yep.
And we've got different categories of people. We've got some people that are on the sidelines because they're waiting for their job to come back.
Absolutely.
We've got some people that are waiting for this to kind of clear. And then we've got people that are ready to buy and sell right now. And I think if you're out there looking for those clients, you're going to find them. And we've got some agents that have really made some good money during this time.
It's incredible.
And we've got other agents that have really been paralyzed in this situation. And I'm not telling you to do anything you're uncomfortable with, but if we can help you in any way to put together a plan or help you market or come up with ideas to generate some leads and some business, please reach out to us.
So that leads into a great point. We have a brand new program that you talked about a little while back, and it's the coaching program. And so the idea behind the coaching program is for us to help you strategize your business plan, and ways to make money in any market. How many market cycles do you think you've been through?
Shoot, I've been doing this 23 years, so
A lot.
yeah, 2 major ones though, with
Yeah.
this one and then the downturn in 2007-8. So
It's just no matter how bad or how good it seems to get, we always have to realize in real estate it always changes. It's fluid like the stock market, but it's not as risky, right?
right,
I think the whole idea is that people initially, when the COVID-19 crisis came out, they saw their investment portfolios plummet. We're already seeing that come back. But I think it left people with the thought process of, is this really the safest place for the majority of my money?
right.
Most of you may not know this, but you can actually hold real estate assets in a 401k. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to provide business. It's a great way to provide some stability. And you know what the cool part is? I can get in my car and drive out and touch the house. I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that anymore with the companies that I would invest in. So I think it's another way to provide some market confidence for clients.
Right, but we do have a few more openings with the coaching. I know you and Todd are now going to take a few people on.
Yeah, we're going to do a small window of a few people to initially sign up, kind of give them a taste of what the program's about, so more will come from that online and check it out. Of course, we still have the mentoring program. So if you're brand new to real estate and you haven't gotten into the program yet, reach out, because we'll be reaching out to you.
Right.
And I have some other cool things that happen. So you've heard me talk about the referral program.
Uh-huh.
So we had our very first referral that was placed about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, finally close. And what's ironic about this is, in most scenarios, the referral itself would have never been paid, because it was around $100,000 property. The commission was only about $2,300, and yet we got our agent about a $600 check, because we contracted with that agent, we showed them the value of the program, we showed them the value of the return business. And instead of that agent on the other side saying, well, I don't really pay referrals when money's that small, our agent was able to get a huge value from it.
Yeah,
So
and a quick turnaround.
Yeah,
So, and
right
didn't
on.
have to worry about tracking it at all.
Nope.
Because we did it all on our side. So.
We did it all on our side. Just so they know, again, the process is you send an email to referrals at Signature Real Estate, or not Signature Real Estate, signaturenv.com.
Right here.
Right here. And they'll send you back a link. You have to fill out the information on the link. It's a few questions, and click submit, and we'll take it from there.
Right, perfect.
Yeah.
So all the placing, all the tracking down the agent, follow up, collecting the check, and
Pretty easy.
just cut you a check.
So let's talk about the openings, kind of the plan. So the first opening will be May 18th, and that'll be our Green Valley office. And so again, Brandon and I will be out there getting everything ready. We are not asking everyone to come to the office. We're just letting you know. Because of the entire process of the reopening, we actually have a few offices that are available out there.
Yeah, actually a few people have given up their office to work from home, which I don't blame them.
No.
Not knowing when this was going to end or whatever. So if you were in the market for an office or on a waiting list for one, you want to come in and pick one out, or if you just want a new office, come see what we have available. So
Yeah, so you can set up a time with Brandon or I, and we'll be out there to help you preview that office and go over pricing with you. One of the coolest parts, though, is market cycles provide opportunity, and we have some amazing staff here at Signature, and we were able to provide them a huge value. If you guys didn't know, Kim lives out by me in Aliante,
right.
and she was commuting to the Green Valley office, and Aaliyah, who's the Sunset office manager, lives out in Green Valley. You know how far away? She lives across the street from the office.
Yeah, less than a block.
So we've heard their cries, and they absolutely love working with all of you, but we've made the decision with them to move Aaliyah in as the Green Valley office manager and bring Kim to the Sunset office so that they both have a 30-minute less commute, and they're really excited about it. So
But before you freak out, you need to understand that if you still need anything from Aaliyah or Kim or vice versa, however, they work for all of us, for
Yep.
all of you. Even though we have multiple offices, we like to think of we're all one. So
we're one big family.
yeah. So you're not losing her. You're just they're just saving on their commute time.
So I actually got to have a meeting with both of them today, which was kind of cool, and just kind of talk about the plans they have for the office and things that they're going to put in place. So both of them have a lot that they're going to be bringing to you guys, and so we're here to support them. And I think the fluidity of the branches is really cool about Signature, that regardless of what office you're housed out of, we welcome you anywhere and everywhere, and so love seeing you. And I know that the one thing that Brandon and I are committed to is being present in the offices and providing that FaceTime and connection with you guys so that we can help you with deal issues and transactions and business and coaching and whatever it is. So looking forward to that. We also have another announcement for the Green Valley office.
Yeah, I was talking with an agent from Green Valley the other day, and she said that a lot of you agents have felt neglected out there, like abandoned, so to speak. I know there was a broker change. I want you to know that we're committed to do everything we can to help you guys, and we're available for you guys. And we haven't got around to making contact with everybody yet, but we're committed. You will hear from us all. But in doing that, we wanted to make sure that there was support out there. And as you know, this last year, early this year, we had Todd Barton come on as a roving sales manager.
Yep.
We based him out of the Southwest.
We did.
But he actually lives right between the two offices, and we thought what a great fit to transition him over there too. So we're actually going to house him out of the Green Valley office.
So Todd will be there to answer any questions. If you see him in the office, please reach out to him. Again, he's there to help everyone in the office, and so are we, and everyone in the company, for a matter of fact. But we felt it important to have him there in the office to support you. So Todd and Aaliyah will start the process of helping out the Green Valley agents, and so look forward to their emails and scheduling of activities. I know he's got some plans for some virtual events to be held, and so that'll be really cool.
Todd's a great guy, and you'll see more of me and Chris out there too as we fall in behind to support them too as well.
So that's enough about Green Valley. I mean, So let's talk about Sunset. So a couple of days after Green Valley, on May 20th, we are going to reopen the Sunset campus over here at the 215 turn, and really excited about South Bend. And Kim is already getting things set up to help with that reopening. She's got a lot of plans as well to bring some of the things she was doing from Green Valley over to the Sunset office. We're really excited about her being here. She has a great business background and has a lot of value that she's going to bring to the office. Probably looking at that opening again May 20th. We have a couple of spaces that have opened up here where we didn't have any space at all before the shutdown. So if you're thinking of an office here in the Sunset location, now's the time to jump on it before it fills up.
That's right, it fills fast.
It does. I already have people in the office that are asking about it, so see me first.
So the biggest change that people are going to have to adjust to, like Chris said earlier, we want you using the main door.
Yeah.
There's multiple access points and multiple exits here, but we'd like you to come and go through the main reception areas. So.
Absolutely. And then, of course, while it wasn't shut down during the whole pandemic, we had Ashley there, of course, and Aaliyah processing checks. So thank you to them for keeping the money flowing while this was all going on. But we're going to have our reopening the day after Memorial Day, which is the 27th, at the Summerlin office. And so come and, I guess don't come into the office and check us out, but send a phone call or email to Janet. I know Janet's happy to get back.
Janet will be happy to be back in the office. She's been available by Zoom, which, hey, she's adapted to technology like a charm. She's
had more social happy hours now than I think she did before, but that's Janet. She's always up for a party.
But she is ready to get out of the house. So so she'll be in the office again. Set appointments if you want to come in and see her, so she can expect you to make proper arrangements for that.
Yeah. So all in all, we have a ton of great things going on here at Signature. We're committed to you. We're committed to your business and making it all happen. As always, Brandon and I are here to answer any questions. I know I've been getting a lot of phone calls and text and email. Please continue. We're happy to help. And if you need it, just reach out and let us know.
And I'd like to put in a plug for the virtual office. That has turned out to be a pretty neat thing for the people that have taken advantage of it.
Yep.
I know today we had some really awesome questions on there and awesome discussion. Not today, yesterday. But it's really good. So I'm finding the same people are taking advantage of that on a regular basis, but I challenge you all to take a look at that. Again, it's 10:30 to 11:30, Monday through Friday. In fact, right after the sales meeting, we'll be on. So.
And just so you know, it's easy to get on. You go onto Agents of Signature on Facebook. There's an announcements tab. You'll see the advertisement for it. There's a simple link right below. You just click on the link. It takes you right into Zoom. You can even do it on your cell phone or on your iPad. Just jump on, ask us any questions you want. Most of the brokers are on there. And you're right. it's a few people getting all of their questions answered for an hour.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of good value there, and we'd love to help you with your deal problems. I think that'll continue.
I agree. I think we're going to, whether it be all the brokers at once or we just have people man it during the time, even long after this, I found that it's a huge benefit.
Really
and if you're scared to get on Zoom because you don't want to turn on your camera, we'll still talk to you even if you don't turn on your camera.
That's right.
So,
and a couple of you, turning on the camera was an experience that we had to walk you through, so it's okay. We're happy to help with that too. The last thing I want to leave us with is client interaction outside of the office. I've been getting a lot of questions about, showing property and best practices, and was in a phone conversation yesterday, and one of the agents was talking about a ready box where they had a few things for their client when they would get ready to go out and look and view a home. It was a pair of gloves that had never been used, a little bit of hand sanitizer, face mask, and it was kind of prepared for them. And I mean, it just seems like a great customer service feature to say, hey, listen, I'm going to make sure every property is open and available. I'm going to take care of opening the doors and everything else for you. By the way, here's your ready box of all the stuff that you're going to need to interact and see homes. What a great idea.
Yeah.
And so I think that, again, those that are doing these things, it'll just show, the great value that there is in having a realtor like you representing them. So good on you for doing it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of opportunity, lots of marketing things you can do, and in showing that you're concerned about their health,
Yeah, absolutely.
but also help you better your business. So.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anything else?
I don't.
I'm good.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Well, thanks a lot. And happy Tuesday to all of you, and look forward to seeing you soon.
See you guys next week.